Hello, and welcome back to A Year of Miracles. And this is lesson 6. So, lesson 6, I am upset because I see something that is not there. You realize your emotions come from imagining problems, not from reality itself. Now, we've spoke about this in previous lessons. One of the examples that I've got here is you might feel rejected because someone didn't reply to your text, but the rejection is just in your mind. And this is so true. I have actually a powerful example of this that's happened in my life. I remember seeing my partner, and I have to explain it because at the time I was like, what is going on? I didn't understand. And diving into these lessons has helped for me to see that actually what was going on in that time was a shift in perspective. And I was able to see reality for how it truly was, not through the lens of the past. This example was of when I was living with my ex-partner. He was on his phone, and all of a sudden I got all of this annoyance because I was up in one room and he was down on his phone, and I just got it into my head. He's on his phone and he's messaging someone. Like, but like we spoke about in the previous lessons, let the thought go like a cloud. But what did I do? I bit the bait. I bit the bait and I went running downstairs, fueled with all of this anger. I was so angry. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, what? What are you doing? I was literally, what are you doing? Why are you on your phone? What are you hiding from me? He's like, I'm not hiding anything from you, Sammy. And I was like, yes, you are. You're all secretive. You're all secretive. I've not heard from you. Like, what are you doing? You're messaging other people, blah, 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 blah. And then I just froze. And I was like, it's like but the truth caught up with the past caught up with the truth. This is a program. This is old Sammy coming out because she's feeling a little bit insecure, not even from him, insecure within myself. And he was a reason that I could get that insecurity out. And so I was stood right in front of him, feeling all of this emotion, but at the same time realizing that he wasn't the problem. And I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset for the reason I was thinking, and I was seeing something that was not there. It was wild. And then in that moment, it's like my reality crumbled, and that whole experience just shifted like that. All of that emotion, all of that thought just disappeared. And I was like, what? It was almost like I cannot even explain it. It was so powerful to be the witness and the observer of it.
Yes, that's a wonderful example. And like you said, we really did break this down a lot in the previous lesson. So I think that's very potent, just what you said. So I'm just going to dive into how to practice it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the way to apply this lesson today is you're going to want to practice it a handful of times. The Course in Miracles recommends 3 to 4 times, but I don't think you need to be too strict about that. Just don't do it too much, but do it more than 1 or 2 times. And really think about all the reasons you believe you're upset. You can apply it as something that upsets you arises, or you can sit for a minute and search your mind for anything that you believe you may be upset about, small or big. So you may think, well, I'm not upset right now. Oh, but you know what? I am feeling a little stressed about this thing that's coming up. So again, the small upsets that may be underlying your day-to-day experiences count as well. And you're going to just say to yourself, I am blank, upset, angry, hurt, whatever feeling accurately best describes the form of upset that you're feeling. I am blank at blank. So then you put the thing. I am angry at this person because I see something that is not there, and apply it to all forms of upset. I am upset at blank because I see something that is not there. And again, apply this to anything that upsets you. And again, these 2 sentences are repeated here. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Remember that. And then also, I cannot keep this form of upset and let others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then I will regard them all the same. So just like yesterday's lesson, view all forms of upset as equally harmful to your reality or to your perception of reality. We want to let them all go.
Yeah, and also what's coming through for me is don't judge yourself for the upset, right? Because for me, just then re-explaining that experience that I went through, I then started to feel upset at how I treated my partner. And it's like you have to have self-love, self-compassion, and forgiveness for this journey. You didn't know any better, right? You
Yeah.
didn't know any better. You were doing the best you could at that time. And in every moment, you're doing the best you can with what you know. So don't judge yourself for the things that you have or haven't done in the past. Don't feel bad for it. We're meant to be unlearning all of this, right? So if you find yourself judging yourself, take a break, step away, because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to unlearn and unbecome all of that. But as a result of doing these lessons, you might feel all of that come up. You might feel emotions come up. You might start to get ill. It's your body's way of releasing the shit that you've carried for so long. Give yourself time, space, self-love, self-care
Yeah,
whilst you go through this journey.
absolutely. And then of course, with along with that judgment, that what you're describing is a form of upset.
Mm.
So you can apply it to that as well. And then as I mentioned in yesterday's lesson, I think, or the day before, also, not only if you miss a day, but if you need to take a day off, if you need to take a day to just sit with the previous lesson because it's really activated something strong in you, that's also acceptable.
Good advice. Yeah. I remember I had to do that because I was like,
Yeah.
this is too much. Because it's like when you open the can of worms, and also just be reminded that you are part of the Inner Bloom community. So there's a whole bunch of tools and resources that can support you on this journey. There's also a lot of incredible women that are going to be on the journey alongside with you. We're going to set up a chat forum. So if anybody needs additional support throughout, we're all there together for you. So just remember that you don't have to take this journey alone if things are coming up for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Is there anything else you want to add for lesson 6?
I feel complete with lesson 6.
I feel complete. I love that. Well, lesson 6 is complete, and we will see you back for lesson 7.